And we're live. I should
Oh, wait, I'm still playing the
actually
game, right?
probably. That's fine. That'll just be the background music. But hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the L3R3 podcast. I need to put this down because that's fucking insane. But we are here for an actual episode because we haven't been for the last 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Was it week? I thought it was just one
So,
week.
well, we were
My
here last
conceptual time
week.
was screwed up.
We were here last week playing Destiny 2. That was me and Mike.
Yeah.
You couldn't make it, and then the week before that we didn't do it because I quite frankly, this anytime we don't do a show, like anybody who's watching this now, like no, anytime we don't do a show, it is literally like 100% my fault for the most part. It's usually I don't feel like doing a show.
It was my fault last time. It was my fault.
But we did it. But the thing is, we did a show. We played Destiny.
Yeah,
so it's like
I guess that's
so. Like anytime there's not something happening on the channel Monday at 8 p.m., it is my fault. So I'm
Canadian.
I'm putting that out there right here, right now, and I actually need to edit this before we get too into it, so that it's not because YouTube likes to do this thing, or StreamYard, I guess it is in this case, likes to do this thing where like whenever I make a stream through StreamYard, it doesn't check that it's not for kids. It doesn't say it is for kids, but it doesn't check that it's not for kids, and because it doesn't do that, it doesn't promote the video in any way, shape, or form.
That's insane.
So I need to go in and actually manually do that every time I make a stream through StreamYard. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool feature that they have. But instead of talking about StreamYard, let's talk about video games. So whoever wants to go first, what have you been playing? I mean, I know. In fact, let's get Twan, because me and Mike are going to say the same thing. Twan, what have you been playing?
Yeah, that's fair. I've been playing actually quite a lot because there's so many this year alone. You know me, I'm into like Japanese shit, right? Like I love the JRPGs and all that kind of stuff. And this year's been stacked with them. Just this month, I've still been playing Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, right? That was the re-release of the game that was on Switch originally, enhanced game. So that's what I'm playing a lot right now. And then also Trails Through Daybreak came out, which is another JRPG. And that game's actually really nice. What I like about it is that it has basically like action, but with like turn-based combat mixed in. So like, for example, on the field, there's action, and then you press a button to switch to the turn-based. So you can like rough up the enemy a bit, and then you get stunned, and then okay, now let's go to the turn-based, and then finish them off in the turn-based. And it's like very seamless too, which looks really nice. It's the first time I've really seen the game like pull it off pretty nice. And other than that, I just got my right now I'm playing WarioWare Twisted on the Game Boy Advance. This game's a classic. I had the rumble that was not working on it, and I actually just recently fixed it. And it works great now. I'm just enjoying it. It's just crazy how well the gyro actually works on this thing. You wouldn't think it's a game from like fucking 2003, but
It's crazy to think that's how old that is, man. God damn.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just even like games right now. It's like, man, how is that game like 10 years old now? I just kind of think about it sometimes. It's just time's a scary thing, but it is what it is.
I just like had like flashbacks to like 2003 in my life that I just got instantly sad. That was like fucking crazy how that time flies. Jesus.
Like Halo 3 is considered like a classic now, it's like a retro classic, I guess. And I'm sure like Matt very clearly remembers when that game came out.
Halo 3 is 17 years old, close to it at this point.
Just
because it's 2024. It came out in 2007. It's 2024, so it was 17 years old.
Yeah,
Jesus.
All
right, that's fun. What else?
Yeah, we're good now.
What else?
That honestly about sums it up for me, honestly.
That's good.
Thanks for the crippling depression. I really appreciate that. Anyways, fuck, I hate myself. All right,
I was 13 years old.
We're not getting any younger.
Life was all.
I officially just turned 25 like a month ago. Not even.
I turned 33 months ago. Twan, shut up. You're still a kid.
Oh my god. Oh, all right. Yeah. So, what else have you been playing, Twan?
Like I said, I kind
Oh,
of, at least on the
it's your
top of
turn,
my head,
Mike.
that kind of just sums it up.
It's your
All
turn,
right.
Mike.
So
I feel like
yeah.
it's a given, but I have been playing a ton of Destiny 2 lately.
Halo Infinite. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
it's been so much fun, man. That game is just awesome. I don't know how far are you into the, and obviously there'll be no story spoilers, but how far are you into the final shape
So
story?
I met what's his
Halfway?
name? I don't know if I'm halfway, but I met up with Commander Zavala.
Okay. All right, so you're like kind of like a quarter, I'd say. But dude, how good is that so far? Like, it's
So
like
much better, and coming off of
fucking
and
final
continue.
shape. I mean, Last Light, Lightfall.
Because I'll get into
Goddamn,
it. So continue, but yeah, pretty much what you were just about to say.
dude.
Yeah.
Like, as much as I enjoyed like the combat set pieces of Lightfall, its story was kind of like a dud. Like, the only thing I enjoyed about it as a person that hasn't been playing Destiny from the beginning is mainly the fact that like it felt kind of like a self-contained story. So like I felt like it was really easy for me to stay up like to what was going on. I don't know if that makes much sense, but that's what made me at least enjoy it a little bit. It's because I didn't feel completely lost with everything. It felt very self-explanatory on like Witch Queen when they're like talking about her like dead brother and this and that and the lie she was sold. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, what the fuck are we even talking about here? Where I mean, don't get me wrong, Witch Queen was incredible. That shit was awesome, but Lightfall was just very not, at least story wise. There's things I enjoy, but Lightfall was not the greatest. But to go to Final Shape, and the fact it's essentially a linear story, is fucking nuts. And the quality in storytelling and the amount of cutscenes too is crazy. Like actually crazy. I've been having a freaking great time. Just a great time. That's all I can really say at that point. Like, oh, today I ran a raid with my buddies. We ran the Light Falls raid, and apparently I got a very rare exotic shotgun. I can't remember its name. I tweeted it out earlier, but it's a double-barreled, and we were all grinding for it, and I was the only one to get it. It was my second time doing it, and I got conditional. It's called finality. It's a double-barreled exotic. Your first round is stasis, and then your second round is solar, and it's almost like a guaranteed instant kill, or very goddamn near. And it's awesome.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking great.
Nice.
But dude, the gameplay loop is just fantastic. That game just feels so good to play. I'm actually gonna go boot that up now because I'm talking about it. But I'm gonna go run some strikes. But no, seriously, dude, like look at that gameplay there. Is this when we were playing the survival mode thingy?
I think this is just some random because I recorded like an hour.
Oh yeah.
On the strike playlist. I think this is just random.
Hey John Freeman, thank you for stopping by.
Appreciate it.
I just like, dude, I don't know, man. Like this game's awesome. I will say though, the new player experience or returning player experience still can go suck an ass. It still really is not good. Apparently too, I was talking to a few of my friends as well that have been playing Destiny 2 since launch. Destiny 1 since launch. And they're like, yeah, the new player experience is not good. The UI is outdated in like the statistics they'll sometimes give you, like, oh, this is like a 5-minute cooldown. Like, no, that's wrong. It's like really 2 minutes. I'm like, what is going on here? Like, like I don't understand what's going on here, but I've been having a fucking blast, dude. Like I have like right here, playtime. I have 99 hours on it. I just started playing like 2 weeks ago, dude. Like every day, get off work, play. In the morning, play. Play in my sleep, probably. I don't know. But it's been a fucking blast, man.
I'd be interested to check my time on it. But yeah, like so. I mean, as for myself, yeah, pretty much the same. I've been playing a lot of Destiny too. Also, thank you to Mike because I probably wouldn't be because he got me the Final Shape DLC. I had all the other DLCs because I was buying them even when I wasn't playing the game, really. I was just still buying them out of some weird a habit thing. I don't know. But I didn't buy Final Shape. I didn't buy Final Shape. That was like the only DLC I didn't buy. And Mike ended up grabbing that for me, and I got back into Destiny, and now it's kind of an issue a little bit.
Yep.
So I've been playing pretty much nothing but Destiny since I think I streamed it last Monday. This time last week we streamed it here on the channel in lieu of a show, and I don't think I've played anything else really since. I mean, NBA a couple of times, like with Ham and everything.
Well, you played the college football game that came out recently, right?
Yeah, I played that today because I made a video on it. But like outside of that, like I was in the middle of a playthrough of Cyberpunk, which I was really fucking enjoying, by the way. It was really, really good. And I got to the DLC and it's amazing. And then I started playing Destiny and I dropped everything. First Descendant, I dropped it. I tried playing that the other night and it's fun, but all I'm thinking about is Destiny the whole time. Yep. And it's
Dude,
an
Destiny just hits in a way that is so fucking hard to explain, but it's so easy. It just feels so tight. Other than the physics, which becomes a problem in Lightball, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But but it feels great. This feels great.
So I'm not again, like there's not going to be any spoilers here. I'm not very far into Final Shape. And I'm going to say, speaking as someone who missed a lot of content from Destiny 2, because I played the original campaign, Destiny 2. And then a bunch of games came out and I ended up playing those. I missed the first 2 expansions. I missed Forsaken, even though I bought it. I missed it. Pretty much everything except pretty much everything up to this gen. And like Shadowkeep and On I got to play because it's currently playable. Lightfall was the worst expansion I've ever played in Destiny.
Yeah.
It wasn't story-wise. I'm not someone who's locked into the story on Destiny, so it's kind of hard for me to be like, oh, the story, I'm gonna criticize the story here all of a sudden. But the writing, man, and Lightfall made me want to criticize the story and Destiny 2 for a little bit there. Saved it because Final Shape, I'm playing that, and that's the polar opposite. The writing's amazing. So like that's great. But like Mike knows, the other night I was at the end of Lightfall and there was a fight. Probably the first thing in the Lightfall DLC in terms of like a combat encounter that I genuinely did not like. I thought it was actually very bad.
Can I say real quick too? That level there was actually my favorite level in the entire expansion up until that boss fight. And it's not because the fight is hard. It's because of how much the physics-based anything in this game can just fuck right off. Like you're like a bouncy ball off of literally everything. And when it's an enemy type that can just make you fly, dude, that shit was just, I don't know. I was not happy. I was not happy, to say the least.
It's annoying. It's annoying the way the physics work. But like I told you the other night, I'm so, from all the time I played Destiny, I'm quite used to the physics being what they are. Yeah. And I've learned to work around it. I've learned to figure out how to do things so that it's never really an issue. But in that fight, that specific fight, there's really not much you can do. It's just whatever happens, you got to kind of deal with. I don't like that.
Did I tell you the only way I ended up actually beating it is by removing Strand?
Yeah, I think you said that.
That I'm not going to say what it is, but because it was just getting me killed. Because of like, oh, I'm zipping to over here, and oh, look at this, a physics-based thing threw me off the edge. I'm like, okay, yeah, we're done with this. we're just gonna wail on the boss until it's dead. Like we're gonna do the old pride and true of just beat the shit out of it until it dies. Yeah. So, but no, you're right, dude. It was not the best. Not the best. Not the best.
But Destiny 2, that's pretty much what I've been playing. Long story short, I've been playing only Destiny 2 for like a week at this point.
Oh wait, man, I think I'm still on Discord. I was so confused for a second. I heard US Vinny. I saw Vinny jump in our Discord, and I was like, "What's going on?"
Damn, you should mute yourself. You should mute yourself in there. Bro.
Yeah, I know. I definitely.
But yeah, that's what I've been playing. We can actually get into like a real topic here. Why don't we start with, I guess the big thing that we missed because we haven't had a show for like 2 weeks is the whole Game Pass price increase, which, you know, there's a lot of different ways to talk about this because it's like we can tackle first the price increase, or we can tackle the addition of a new tier that I certainly have some opinions on. I don't know.
Yeah, we never really talked about that. Yeah.
So like, I guess I'm gonna pass it off because you know what, Mike. I want to give it to Mike. What do you want to talk about first there between the price increase for Game Pass Ultimate or the addition of a new tier? What one do you want to talk about first?
What do I want to talk about first? I mean, what were the options again? Because I want to make sure I'm going to say this right.
Well, there's the price increase for Ultimate, and then there's the addition of a new tier.
Yeah, how about the price increase? I mean, this is my opinion, right? We're just going to like... I'm not... Okay, I'm trying to get my thoughts together here, right? So I'm not completely against the idea of like upping like the price and things. I'm really not. However, I'm not gonna pretend I'm super thrilled with the fact that we've lost the whole tier changes. Sorry, something was coming up on my screen and it was confusing me. I got it to go away. I'm not thrilled with the whole tier changes and how that works. I'm more interested in that than the price increase, because to me the price increase really doesn't mean anything. It's the fact of how much the tiers changed. Like I don't really have much opinion on the price increase, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I think most of us were expecting the price increase at some point.
Yeah, to me the price increase really I don't really care much about. I know it's probably like to a lot of people, but like fuck it. But seriously though, what kind of still confuses me is just, and in how it seems, it's like Microsoft can't really ever nail down exactly how they want to like advertise things or push things. It's like they can't get their messaging straight, I feel like, almost, you know, or like they're constantly pivoting like over and over and over and over and over again. What is it? There's Game Pass Core, right?
Yeah, which is basically just like Xbox Gold.
There's Game Pass Console or Standard, right?
Which is apparently going away.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah.
Wait, what's it called? This Game Pass Console now or Game Pass Standard?
So Game Pass Console now. Game Pass Console goes away.
Oh my god!
Okay, Game Pass Standard is still there, unless you're subscribed to Game Pass Console, in which case you can still stay subscribed and you're still paying the same thing you've always paid. But for new customers, Game Pass Console goes away. Now it's Game Pass Standard. That's at $14.99 a month. And there's a massive omission from Game Pass Standard. That's pretty cool. Which is no day one games.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I feel like stripping away the whole like day one with Game Pass is kind of, I don't know. Personally speaking, I'm not going to pretend I know the analytics. Apparently, it wasn't like it's like apparently 90% of Game Pass subscribers are actually like Ultimate subscribers or something like that.
Yeah, it's most subscribers.
And I mean that makes sense. Like if you think about it, right? You see all the things that things get you, and it's like, would I just pay the extra like $5 or $6 to have all this? Why not? It's kind of like it'd be stupid not to almost. That's probably what people think, I imagine. But I don't know. Just in my opinion, from the outside looking in, kind of a way, it does kind of stink to just be like, yeah, you know, here's a Game Pass here without cloud, without day one games, without I don't know. To me, it's less about the fact there's new tiers and things are changing up, and I feel like it's like Microsoft constantly pivoting, which sounds almost what kind of like hypocritical because companies like Netflix and Disney and HBO, they're constantly pivoting. But I just swear to God, I always feel like there's something new with Microsoft every other day when it comes to like how they approach things. So sometimes it's more just kind of like a little exhausting, more so than anything. But that's just my take, in my opinion. I think,
Sure.
to me though, it's fun. Can I just say that like it's funny that like if you have the option and the choice of playing on a PC, you have the best like subscription for cheaper.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's fucking kind of funny.
Which I definitely do want to talk about. And Tuan, like, feel free to interject at any point, honestly. But I like the way this whole thing is playing out with Game Pass right now. It feels like Microsoft is either saying buy a PC, they're saying buy a PC, or if you want to buy a console, give us $20 a month.
Yeah.
Pretty much is kind of what they're saying, which is like, you know, I'm already in on the $20 a month thing. Like that's like going from what was it, $17.99 to 20. It's like it's an extra $2. That's not awesome, but it's $2, whatever kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like for someone who's like new to the platform and they're like seeing, oh, like when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out or Call of Duty or whatever, say Call of Duty because that's a better example. Like,
yeah,
I'm the kind of person who only buys Call of Duty. Like, I only buy Call of Duty every year. I buy Call of Duty and that's it. And I want to play on a console. Which console should I get? You might not. I don't know if I'd be super comfortable saying you should probably get an Xbox. I don't think I'd be really comfortable saying that. In fact, I'd be a lot more comfortable saying, I'd be slightly more comfortable saying you should get a PlayStation, and I'd be way more comfortable saying, hey, if you can swing it, build a PC, even if it's cheap. If you can swing it, just do that.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I don't know. Like, it's a weird position that they're putting themselves in.
Yeah.
This feels like them basically saying, hey, we're not so much worried about growing the console platform. And maybe they're not. Maybe they're really not worried about that. And they're just like, whatever, we'll make a console where Microsoft, we can eat the cost of the next whatever 1-2 generations, however long they want to stick around on console. Like, we'll just eat the cost of that, whatever, no big deal. But like, I don't know. It just kind of stinks for somebody who's new to the platform because it doesn't change much for me. Tuan, I know you kind of subscribe on and off to Game Pass.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, there'll be months where I don't even turn my console on, right? I mean, I got like fucking 40 consoles. You know, I always kind of switch between a lot of them. Like, I'll play a lot for a while, I'll play another one for a while. And yeah, like I said, I'll go for months without even using the Xbox. I'm like, why pay for a yearly subscription if I could just pay the months I actually use it, you know? So it just made more sense to do that. So yeah, the price increase isn't that big of a deal to me. But I am curious about the whole no day one games, because to me it's like, okay, yeah, you say no day one games, but like how but what's the time frame? Yeah, exactly. So it was like, okay, it's not day one games. Do they come on the day after? Like, are they day two games? Do we get that? You know, it's like
exactly.
It's like at what point does it not become a day one game anymore? Is it 6 months? Is it like a year? Like, you know, it's just that part doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, I mean, I just don't see a situation where, you know, you have Game Pass but you have like some, you know, like I feel there's gonna be a lot of games missing. It's not gonna just be the day one games. There's gonna be games that, you know, are there, but they're not day one games, but they've been out for like, you know, 6 months, but they're still not there. You know, it's just, I don't know, it's just really confusing. They really have to make it clearer, honestly.
And that's kind of like where I feel like most people are really frustrated with Microsoft, at least in my opinion. And it's not the fact that things are changing and necessarily things are getting more expensive.
It's just
like I'm kind of
it's just so bad, you know.
Yeah, it's like the messaging. Really, it's like everything is constantly changing. I get that plans change. You whatever. I get it. 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 That's not what I'm saying. It's just the fact that like I don't know. It's always this like I feel like once again though, maybe I'm being a little bit over dramatic there, but I do feel like it's constantly something with this fucking company. I swear to God.
Yeah, it's changing literally every day, you know.
Like, which I'm happy it's like, you know, trying to survive an adapt or die situation. Like if I had to choose one, I'll definitely take the survive. Like
yeah.
But yeah, that's just my opinion and my take.
Yeah.
On that too.
Like day one, not having day one games becomes weird because it's like that's been the thing since.
I just want to know, when does it not become a day one game anymore? And now it's safe to put it on this lower tier. Like that's what I really want to know. That's what doesn't make any sense to me. I
would hope, and I mean, who the fuck knows? I would hope though that they've got like I would hope at max 6 months.
Yeah,
I would hope like 3 to 6 months would kind of be the thing. But I mean, who the hell knows? Because they're certainly not telling us right now. Yeah. So it's like, it's hard to really say. It's just, it becomes weird because I don't know how you're going to market Game Pass. Like, well, here's the thing. I say it becomes weird because I don't know how you're going to market that. But like, I don't think they want to market that.
Yeah, I think you're completely right.
I don't think they care. Right. I think that's the whole plan is like, yo, we're going to make this obviously like degraded tier of Game Pass so that you go into Game Pass Ultimate. And if you don't, then fine. But we're not going to try to market this to you. Like, we don't want you in that. We want you in the $20 a month. Is kind of what this is at this point. And it's like, you know, from a business standpoint, I get it. And it also does kind of like reinforce, in case anyone ever forgets, that corporations are not your friend. They're not there to like be buddy with you. So it's like, if anyone, you know, kind of forgot that over the course of time, this is a pretty good reminder that that's the case. They're just not there to be your friend. They're there to extract money from you.
I'm not here to be your friend, Matt.
Well, we're not, but yes. So like, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I think it's gonna stink for new customers. I think for existing customers like myself, probably not gonna change too much.
Because once again, it's like 90% of people, when they see it, they go for Ultimate. And also, once again, it's hysterical that, like, what is it? Game Pass PC is now like, what, $12 a month?
$12 a month.
Dude, that's insane. So, you get Game Pass Ultimate, you get EA Play, you get some other shit. I can't fucking remember the other shit. But, like, you get other shit.
So you get, with PC Game Pass, I think you get the perks. I'm not sure. Maybe that's Ultimate. I'm not sure.
I don't think you get Cloud, though. I know you don't get Cloud.
No, you don't get Cloud. But you get Game Pass and you get EA Play, which is enough. I really don't think I think most people playing on a PC don't care about having access to the cloud.
Yeah.
And if they do, they probably just subscribe to GeForce Now if they really, really wanted it. So, you know, it is what it is. I'd be interested to see what this does, like, for, I don't know what kind of metric, like for like PC users, like what, like how much higher does like the PC user base go up off of the back of something like this in the next, I don't know, 2 years, say 2 years. Just in terms of gaming, because obviously PCs are like used for a wide range of reasons, but like just like if there were statistics, people are doing this much gaming on PC over the next 2 years, I'd be interested to see where that's at. But who knows? But that was the first topic. The second topic is actually Call of Duty coming to Game Pass, because that was a topic over the past 2 weeks.
Modern Warfare 3, right?
Yes, that was a topic over the past 2 weeks that, you know, it was kind of it was reported that it was coming to Game Pass, but we never really got a date until I think it was yesterday we got that date, which is July 24th.
Yeah.
So
2 days
this
from
Wednesday,
yeah,
this Wednesday, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 launches into Game Pass. I mean, I think we all have it, right?
I mean, I have it.
Yeah, we all have it. So,
well, I mean, I don't have it on Xbox though, so I guess I could put it on Xbox now. I mean,
well, yeah, there you go. You can also play it on your PC, Twan. Boot it up on your PC.
I would love to know how.
Does it run on Steam Deck?
Sure, why not?
Actually, no. Why not? No. You add the play it first on your Steam Deck. I want to know how it runs on your computer. I want to see how your computer is completely fine. I want to know again.
You should, in fact, that should be your first YouTube video playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 on my PC, and it just ends in a fire.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just running out of a house fire at the end of the video.
Oh god.
Yeah. It just becomes a dramatic video. Just
that's funny as hell.
That would be amazing content. Republic of Grazavia. I'm not sure. Grazavia says 3 to 6 months is crazy in response to 3 to 6 months for a game to come to Game Pass. I don't know. That's just speculation. That's just me guessing. Who knows?
Honestly, though, I could absolutely see it.
I could totally see that.
Honestly, the way I see it, I feel like best case scenario, it's 6 months. And then the most likely scenario is probably going to be like a year or something stupid like that.
Dude, if they make it a full year, then you might just don't even bother doing this here. Really don't even just don't. Just be honest with people and say, you know what? If you want Game Pass, you're getting Ultimate, or you're getting on PC. There's no in between. Yeah. Don't even give them this illusion of like, hey guys, you have a choice. You don't. You don't got a choice. You get Ultimate or you get on PC, which one of the two. But yeah, are you guys excited for the new season? Because I know to ask if you're excited for Call of Duty to drop into Game Pass. You guys don't care because you already got it, and so do I.
Yeah.
But are you really hyped for the new season, the new crossover with WWE?
I didn't even know what's happening.
Why is that a thing?
I'm hearing about it.
I know it's a thing because I saw Rhea Ripley, and I'll tell you.
I said, why is that thing?
Because Rhea Ripley. I don't know. Okay, let's say what I'm so confused. All right, go on.
I haven't played COD in a while. I mean,
honestly, I haven't played it in like a month, I think.
Yeah, last time I played it was actually just Black Ops 1. That was zombies with my brother. It's the last time I played COD, and that was like maybe a month ago, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not dying to play Call of Duty.
Yeah,
at
this point, I kind of just want to wait for Black Ops 6, honestly.
Yeah,
same.
Yeah,
same.
I'm gonna be one of those people and just say it. I enjoyed Modern Warfare 3. I truly did.
Yeah, however, I thought the game was pretty good. I mean,
what always pushes me away from Call of Duty is how just people play, and it's like not even because I'm good, like I'm decent, I should say.
Yeah.
Like I have my moments where as the kids say, pop off, but seriously, I am. But it's so fucking stressful, dude. Like I feel like I'm on the fucking front lines whenever I play, man. It's nuts how serious that shit feels with how like sweaty everyone is, and it's like I don't know.
Yeah, they play like their lives are on the line, you know?
Yeah, seriously. But I had a lot of fun with Modern Warfare 3, and whenever I do play it, I always do have fun. So I'll say that very much. That in the very least, that in the very much, yeah. That they have that going for it. But except that grease map fucking kind of sucks. I sometimes think I like it until you get into a match with people that fucking just sit, and you're like, oh, this map stinks. Like.
Meat is just that meat one is just way too small. It's just chaos.
It's like, I actually enjoy that map, but the thing is, though, if people are playing it the way they should, as in like sprinting everywhere, like they're like on their ADHD medication, then, like it's freaking great. But it's like if they're like this once again, sitting everywhere, it's pretty terrible. Really.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's my take.
Yeah, I think Modern Warfare 3 got a lot of shit just for, I guess rightfully so, for being a $70.
Well, I mean, especially just for reusing DLC. A lot of content, right?
Yeah, I get that part, but like, in terms of it, whether or not it's a good or bad game, like I think it's fine. The multiplayer's good.
Oh, 100%.
The campaign, I think average, it's fine. But the multiplayer's good. The campaign is pretty shit.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty. I think the resounding sentiment online is that campaign is pretty terrible. And after playing probably, I think 3 or 4 missions in that, or 2 or 3, I can't remember how many I played. But dude, after that first mission, I thought the first mission was really cool. And then once you got to like anything else, it was like, God damn.
Well, didn't they basically just make it like these Spec Ops missions or something?
Well, what it felt like is it felt like Warzone. It felt like I was playing Warzone with nobody else.
Yeah.
And that was pretty lame. Because
you know what sucks is that because that could have been cool as shit, but it just wasn't. like it could have been. It cool.
Wasn't.
Like,
and honestly, I haven't even touched the zombies at all, so I can't even comment.
I haven't played zombies, and I'm probably not going to play zombies on Modern Warfare 3. If anything, I'll probably play it on Black Ops 6, just because I don't know. Just maybe I'll try it just because of the hype.
Yeah,
but I'm not in a rush to play zombies on Modern Warfare 3. I'm really not. But yeah, like I think it's cool. It's coming to Game Pass, but I already got it. I'm more excited for Black Ops 6.
We played it like almost a year ago now.
Exactly. I'm more excited for Black Ops 6. Honestly, what this makes me want to say is where the hell are the other Call of Duties?
Yeah, I know, right? I'd rather the older Call of Duties go on Game Pass because at least the player numbers would drastically go up.
I'm wondering with that. I mean, I'm not going to say it was my thought because I heard someone suggest, I can't remember who, and I feel bad, but somebody suggested like maybe it's because, or maybe those aren't there because like they also have third-party deals with people in Game Pass, and it's like you probably don't want to add, like you don't want to have a game come to Game Pass. It's like, hey, it's a brand new release in Game Pass. Oh, and we're dropping all the Call of Duties
all at once this month.
Yeah. So have fun getting any traffic on that game.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like it's probably kind of weird how they got to manage everything, but it's just like communicate something.
Also, I think the biggest problem is like if you're gonna add the older Call of Duties on Game Pass, I'm not sure how they would handle it on PC because if playing the old Call of Duties online on PC is like. It's actually you're at risk doing that.
Yeah, you're at risk for your computer.
You're at risk, So I mean, like, I don't think Microsoft really wants to put those people at risk. So they might have to like almost, they almost have to probably like completely update that game, update those older games and even get them to run on PC, or just say screw it and just release them on console instead, and then not have the Game Pass. I don't know. Not have it on PC.
That's probably a conversation they're having too. Like, how do you even?
Yeah.
Outside of like making new clients with more security on PC for those, like I don't know how you would fix the problems that those games have on PC.
Like it'd probably be easier to almost remaster them on PC and then do that.
Exactly. Which is like that's gonna be a lot of. I think honestly, what they'll end up doing is just say sorry on PC.
Yeah.
But probably just because like I feel like with Xbox, like they could easily do it on Xbox because obviously those games are still working just fine. Just throw them on Game Pass. It's already backwards compatible. It's called a day. But on PC, like I said, it's a different story on PC. So
yeah. Oh, it'll be interesting to see. Yeah. Do you think, before we move on to the next topic, do you think we see? I mean, Black Ops 6 is coming, but let's say a Call of Duty from the 360 generation. Do you think we see a Call of Duty from the 360 generation go into Game Pass before the end of the year?
I think it's possible.
I fucking hope so.
I'm right there with you. Yeah.
I'm at the point where it's like you own this corporation, this publishing branch that has hundreds, if not thousands, of games, and where.
I don't know. Part of me almost thinks that they're going to release an Xbox One era Call of Duty game first before a 360 era one. I don't know why, but I just have a feeling. That. Maybe they'll. They could possibly I feel like Black Ops 3 might release first. I think.
I could see Black Ops 3 because that was pretty popular, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a big one. Oh, that was when actually PlayStation first got the marketing rights for COD was Black Ops 3. So that'd be interesting if they did actually throw it on there.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I think Black Ops 2 would be a good place to start just because that's like the most highly regarded Call of Duty.
I mean, I think Black Ops 1 makes more sense though, because it's gonna be somewhat similar to Black Ops 6. Or if they do Call of Duty Cold War, Black Ops Cold War would make a lot of sense too. So because I think it's a direct sequel to that one.
That's true. I still haven't played the campaign for Cold War.
It's funny, when that came out, everyone, I swear to God, I saw like 1,000 posts saying that the campaign was trash, and everyone was like, no, it's great. I'm like, I swear to God, you people don't know what.
And I heard a lot of people say Cold War's campaign was actually really good, though.
Well, it's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing with fucking Infinite Warfare. Like, I refused to play Infinite Warfare when it launched. I just didn't want to play it. And I, like, at that time, everyone was like, this campaign is fucking terrible. Can't believe they would make this. This is so trash. And now everyone's like, it's one of the best. This is one of the best sci-fi shooter campaigns in modern history. It's just like, okay.
I think we'd all agree Black Ops 3 campaigns suck, though.
I didn't, dude. I played Black Ops. I played enough of Black Ops 3 campaign to get to a part where someone, don't even remember who it was or what was happening in the story, but I saw someone appear out of thin air and float down like it was like they were the fucking Forerunner or something from Halo, and I'm like, okay, I'm done playing this. I'm not gonna play this anymore. Because once I saw that, I was like, okay, this isn't even Call of Duty. I don't know what this is at this point.
And then Black Ops 4 was like, screw it, and they didn't even have a campaign at all.
Which is, honestly, they probably should have done that for Black Ops 3 if that's what they were going to do. They should have done that for Black Ops 3 and said, guys, you're just getting multiplayer.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Call of Duty and the
360, the 360 and the PS3 version, I think, of Black Ops 3 didn't have a campaign. I'm pretty sure. I think that was like
that probably was a better product for it.
Yeah. Good. That's the way they should have kept it on all platforms, honestly. But that's Call of Duty going into Game Pass. There's not a whole ton of stuff to say there. Other than that,
we just hopefully we get the 360 ones. That's all I care about.
Yeah, it's probably good for Game Pass. I've already got it. It doesn't really affect me.
Because it'd be so nice to go on those older Call of Duty games and just go into a match that's not fucking TDM. That'd be so nice.
Yeah, especially now that the servers are actually fixed and you can actually play them comfortably. But there was something here that I wanted to bring up. And I don't know if we're going to go on a huge tangent on it, but I don't know if you guys saw, like, I think the first Descendant tweeted out, like, last night, like, super early in the morning about, like, we noticed there was, like, an exploit with, I don't even know what it is, like the Valby run or something like that. People were getting, like, exploiting it to get, like, special gear and everything pretty quick, pretty consistently. And I thought it was cool because most games are like, hey, we're going to patch that, and that's not going to happen anymore. And the first Descendant was like, guys, we know you're doing this, and instead of patching it to fix the drop rate for certain things, what we're going to do is patch everything else to make it match.
That is hysterical.
And I'm just like, good for them, honestly. Because that's honestly really cool, because most games would have been like, fuck you guys, you're not getting that anymore. So shout out to First Descendant for that. And also, while on the topic of First Descendant, like I said, I've been playing a lot of Destiny just because that's kind of taken over my life at the moment. But First Descendant, if you haven't played it, it's pretty damn awesome. I would strongly recommend checking out First Descendant if you haven't already. But yeah, check that out. It's free to play. It's worth your time, probably. But the next thing I want to talk about, and I was telling Mike about this before the show, didn't tell him what it was because it was a surprise topic that I wanted to bring up. And it is Larian CEO. I don't know how to say this guy's name, so I'm not even going to try because that's disrespectful, quite frankly. Says that there were only 2 other RPG series he was interested in working on if he couldn't get Baldur's Gate. He says Fallout and Ultima. Now, we're not going to talk specifically about Larian, unless you guys want to. Do you have anything to say about that?
Not really.
Okay. So the reason I wanted to bring this up is to say, if anybody could make a Fallout game besides Bethesda and Obsidian, and fuck it, and Exile also. I'm going to throw them in there as well. Those 3 people can't do it. But anybody else can make a Fallout game. Who would you want to make a Fallout game?
Or maybe CD Projekt Red, maybe.
That's a fair choice.
I'm just kidding. You didn't say that.
DC Project Red.
DC Projekt Red.
No, yeah, CD Projekt Red. I mean, a Fallout game. Goddamn. Man, ideally, I'd like fucking Bethesda too, but we're not gonna get one until like 2053 at this point. So,
you mean Obsidian? I guess.
No Obsidian. No Obsidian. No one.
Wait, no, wait. What are you saying?
Why not Obsidian? Why not Obsidian?
Wait,
because those are the obvious choices.
Obsidian, bitch. I'm just kidding.
It's no obvious. Like for me, I think the obvious choice would be if I didn't say no Obsidian, it would be Obsidian.
Yeah,
obviously. But because I'm saying
you want like Larian? You want like Larian to make a Fallout game?
I don't care. I think it would be cool if they did. Like, I probably wouldn't be for me because I'm assuming a Fallout game by Larian would be very much like Baldur's Gate, just Fallout. It would be the turn-based combat, which isn't my favorite thing. But just in the Fallout universe, I'm sure a lot of people would love it. I'm sure it would be really highly reviewed.
If it approached it in like the way like Baldur's Gate 3 is approached, but like it drops that whole dice shit. Like if it can go to like I hated that shit. Do you want to pick what dice set do you want to use? Fucking none. How about that? How about no dice set? No, you know what I mean though? When like you have to roll for your chance for this to happen. Like I really didn't care for that.
I forgot about that.
I feel like a Fallout game could actually work pretty well in turn-based because especially you have like because you have like VATS too, right?
In turn-based.
I mean like you have like VATS and everything, so it's like
there's a history of Fallout working very well with turn-based.
It started as it.
but okay, so for you guys personally,
so do you think it'd be more similar to the older games then? If in that case,
would it be what? I'm sorry.
You think it'd be more similar to like Fallout 1 and 2 then? If it was like made by Larian?
Yeah. I couldn't see. I mean, I'd be all for it if they wanted to, but I couldn't imagine Larian making a Fallout game and not making it turn-based. I couldn't really see them making any game, any RPG, let's say that, for that matter, and not making it turn-based. Because, I mean, they according to, like, the mass population, they fucking nailed it with Baldur's Gate. So it's like, why wouldn't you just build on that with any other RPG you do? But, so, the question still remains, no Bethesda, no Obsidian, no In Exile. If you want to say Larian, by all means, say Larian. You guys said CD Projekt Red.
I was thinking that was the first one that came to my head.
Id Software.
Id. Give me a.
I don't know if that's its like genre though. I don't know.
No, give me a spin-off where it's a fucking boomer shooter.
I guess that would work. I'd be down for that actually.
That's actually fair, honestly, because I didn't even specify it needed to be an RPG. It could just be a Fallout game.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it could be like it could just be a spin-off, like.
Yeah, like no, seriously though. But like, I'm gonna think though, who would I really want to?
I'll give you mine.
Yeah, you go on me. I'll have to
343 Industries, buddy.
Really? Are you being like serious? Like, I genuinely don't know.
Not really. No. I don't want 343 working on anything that isn't Halo.
Bungie should be working on it.
Oof.
I don't know if their management is really like sorted out yet.
No, a Fallout game made by Naughty Dog. Now that would be crazy.
Fuck that, Twan. Yeah, I'm gonna kick you off this podcast here in a second.
I'm gonna hear in a second. I love that.
But honestly, I just wanted to pose the question to you guys. I haven't even actually thought about it myself. I'm gonna run through some developers.
But obviously can't be Obsidian, right? So
it can't be Obsidian and it can't be an Exile. And then obviously
how about Playground Games?
I wouldn't be against that. I think Playground is going to nail Fable.
Yeah.
In fact, I think Fable's probably going to be one of if not one of the best games Xbox releases this generation. I think it'll probably be the best game they release this gen.
No, it's gonna be Doom. I'm sorry.
Oh, Doom's gonna be like I'm just talking like critical acclaim. Like Doom's gonna be fucking more up my alley for sure. But I think like in terms of critical acclaim, I think Fable will probably by the end of the gen will probably be the best game they've released this year or this generation. But God, man, if we could make like Fallout, like just a legit FPS game, God, that's tough. That's really tough. I don't know who I'd give that to.
Okay, look at who else do we have here? Just think about RPG developers. You know, I mean the big one. Like we already pretty much said the big ones already. I mean,
which is hilarious because Xbox pretty much. I mean,
Xbox has the majority of them. Yeah,
most Western.
I mean, they really have Bethesda, which is like one of the biggest ones. You know,
they got Bethesda, they've got An Exile, they've got Obsidian.
Yeah,
I mean, that's kind of the holy trinity for Western.
Like
RPG
the only one they're really
developers.
missing is like CD Projekt and like Larian, I guess. I mean,
that's true. You imagine Xbox announces they're going to buy CD Projekt Red, and within a year they kill them. They just kill them.
Yeah, just to shut them down immediately.
They said we didn't want any competition in the Western RPG space.
That is fucking funny.
Oh God. But I don't know. I just figured that'd be a fun question to ask. You guys are going to say CD Projekt Red, which I probably wouldn't really disagree with. If we're keeping,
I can't really think of anyone else. Like
that's it's tough, right?
Like who else could we even like
Atlas
reasonably want?
Oh my God!
I've said reasonably. I said reasonably.
That's not reasonable at all.
They turn fall into like a JRPG or some shit.
They just turn it into a weeb fest.
Weeb fest. I love it. Oh my God. Hello?
All right.
Oh,
I think we're all going with CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, we're all going stumped on it.
But yeah, I just want to throw that one out there. But I honestly don't know of any other topics, to be quite honest. Let me double check that before I say anything super definitive. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about the fact that Xbox marketing was pretty shit.
Oh yeah,
I forgot about that.
And
Sony outspends them or something. Yeah,
the dude who's in charge of marketing in Europe for Xbox is like, they don't give us they just don't give us a budget to market.
That's insane.
Which historically, like even when Xbox was quote unquote on top in America, they still were not that great in Europe for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like now that Xbox isn't on top in America anymore, they're certainly not that great in Europe. And they don't seem to care about making that any better, apparently. If that what they're saying there is to be believed. But do you guys have any comments on, I guess, the marketing in general? I guess we can talk about the whole Europe thing as well, but like the marketing in general for Xbox hasn't been amazing.
They need to get their fucking shit together, man.
Yeah, it's just
that's
bad.
That's my opinion.
How they could spend like $80 billion on a whole ass company, but they can't drop a few dollars just to market something. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like
it's such a trivial amount of money. What's for Microsoft, but like what's funny is for me, the best marketing they've done, and I don't really care for it, but I think it's probably the funniest, weirdest, strangest, most eye-catching marketing they've done for anything. In the past, I don't know, this generation will say, is probably that whole shit that they're trying to push with like, no, you don't need an Xbox, you can just use the cloud kind of thing. And they had that commercial where it was like, I don't know if you saw it, Twan. I know I showed it to you, Mike. Where it was like a parody of a Scream movie. And
that one. Yeah.
And like some creepy ass dude calls this chick alone in her house and is like, "You want to play Xbox? You want to play Xbox? But I don't have an Xbox. You don't need an Xbox to play Xbox." I'm just like, well, at least this is kind of funny, I guess. That's like the first time something marketing wise from Xbox made me laugh in like 10 years. But like outside of that, I think their marketing has been really shit for a really long time. So maybe this isn't just a Europe thing, quite frankly. This might
I really don't think it is, man. I really think they just don't. I mean, fuck, dude. Like, what was the advertising we got for fucking Hellblade 2?
Yeah, Hellblade 2. Everyone was talking about that one.
Dude, they changed their profile picture and that was it.
Yeah, they sent out a tweet saying Hellblade 2 and they had like a picture and that was it. Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, these games are underperforming. Oh, they should be doing well because Game Pass, word of mouth. I'm like, yeah, that's not how that really works, though. It can happen, but it's not enough. Like, you know this. How many times do you have to go through this fucking lesson, old man? Like, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like,
it's like my brother. Yeah, I know. But yeah, my brother, I mean, he's like, he played the original Hellblade. He was, somewhat looking forward to Hellblade too. And he was like, and then, it was like a week before release. I'm like, yeah, it's coming out next week. I was like, oh, he's like, what, really? Like, he didn't even know. Like, he had no idea. And he's like somewhat, plugged in like we are, but obviously not as much as me, but he's like somewhat in there. And even he was like unaware that was coming out like a week before. Like, it was insane.
Yeah, dude,
it's crazy to see. It's crazy to see like how much it varies. And I see Vinny in the chat said Xbox. This is a fucking great comment. He says Xbox is the sexual harassment and the sexual harassment versus flirting memes.
That's like it.
Yeah, kind of is in the case, especially of that advertisement for cloud gaming or whatever they were doing. But like, it's so interesting to see the variation in their marketing because, like, remember with Starfield, like 2 months before Starfield, everyone's like, okay, where the hell is the marketing for Starfield? How are you not marketing Starfield? And then a month before, like literally 30 days before, they just decided to wake the fuck up. Yeah, decided to wake the fuck up, and they nonstop marketed the fuck out of it like it was the biggest thing ever in fucking history. And they nailed the marketing for that full fucking month. They absolutely crushed it. And meanwhile, obviously, Hellblade's is never ever in any reality going to sell as well as Starfield or perform as well as Starfield does, just because that's the way it is. But like, there's got to be some sort of like varying scale where it's like, hey, sure, maybe we don't give Hellblade $500 million for marketing, but maybe we give it, I don't know, 100 million.
Something like anything,
like yes, some
yeah, at least anything at also all. Considering how long that game was worked on, how much money they probably
poured into making it. And it was the game used to like show off your console initially, right?
Yes, thank you for saying that. It was the thing you first showed your console right next to it. That was the big thing to get. That was like the first look at next gen we got, period, from PlayStation or Xbox. That was the first look. And it comes out and you change your profile picture on Twitter.
I sometimes see an ad on Reddit sometimes.
I didn't even see an ad. I think I saw somebody post, hey, there's a flyer up or like a huge poster up in like, I don't know, some bus stop. It's like, okay. All right. Well, do more than that, please.
Like, I don't know what they're doing, man. I feel like they're like, and then like, once again, like, these companies will get shut down. But when the thing is, so I keep thinking of like Arcane and all of them. But I really still think with Arcane and was it Ghostwire? What was their name again? The other studio I always forget.
Tango. It's Tango.
Tango. I honestly keep thinking they really just wanted to shut them down anyways, to be honest with you. I think that was the plan. But but still, you go back to that and be like, man, like, you just recently shut these studios fucking down. Where's the fucking, like, and these games didn't have advertising, or some of them just didn't get enough. I really don't know, but it's like,
I mean, yeah, fucking, like, it really pisses me off with Hi-Fi Rush. Like, that game had like zero marketing. It literally just launched, literally shadow dropped like the day they announced the game, And just no advertising. They're like, oh, it didn't sell that well. It's like, yeah, no shit. You released it out of fucking thin air. It's just
that game. I'm letting you know right now. If that game, also just going by the fact if Microsoft didn't, if we're going by the mindset, Microsoft doesn't want that company gone. Like they really want that to work, which I'm not going to say they didn't, but like I don't know. I feel like
I don't think that company was not in their plans.
Yeah, exactly. Like
they bought they bought ZeniMax for Bethesda, probably id as well for id Tech.
They're all like, oh, what is this Tango company?
Yeah, like everything else was just like a thing that was thrown in on there, pretty much.
And this is when I say, like, if they really want, that would have been the very first game that would have been Shadow Draw. I mean, that would have released on PlayStation. That would have been on PlayStation. That would have been on everything. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if they really wanted to make that game work, and they're very well aware of how niche it is, that would have been the first game.
Yeah.
And I know, like, everyone's like, oh, but it launched eventually on PlayStation and it didn't sell very well. But I'm like, or it didn't sell enough. But I'm like, yeah, that came out much later. The hype for it was absolutely died. There is a thing about, striking while the iron's hot. You know what I mean? There's that saying. Like, I don't know. I feel like they'd still be here. Like that sounds kind of messed up to say, but I kind of feel like they likely would have still be. Who knows though? Like once again, they're probably going to shut them down anyways, judging by how things are going. So.
Also, just like there's like absolutely no effort and marketing, even after it does become viral. The only marketing that game had was literally the fact that it was viral.
Yeah.
Like every now and then Microsoft, or not Microsoft, but Xbox, like the official thing on Twitter would like tweet, there's a player milestone for Hi-Fi Rush. But outside of that, there was like no effort to like, hey, check out this game. It was all like YouTubers were marketing that game better than Microsoft ever did, ever at any point. So like, yeah, I think there's a lot of credence to what you're saying. I think they got ZeniMax for specific reasons. The big reason, which was like reported even back when the acquisition was made, was like, oh, there were rumors that behind the scenes Sony was trying to get Starfield as an exclusive for PlayStation, and apparently Microsoft was like, "Fuck, no, we can't do that." And then they just bought the entirety of ZeniMax to stop it from happening. But like,
which is fucking nuts.
Yeah, which is insane. But like at the same time, you gotta wonder: are they looking at? I mean, when they buy ZeniMax, are they really looking at Arcane? I mean, even Leon, which is the more prominent Arcane studio at the moment, or even up to Arcane Austin's demise or whatever, was the more prominent Arcane studio. But like even Arcane Austin, they weren't looking at Arcane Austin like, you're going to be our big money maker.
Yeah,
they're like, yeah, they knew exactly what it was. They're like, yeah, we're buying you for Fallout, Elder Scrolls, and Starfield, and then id Tech. And everything else is everything else. We get everything else as well. And that's kind of that's kind of what it feels like. That's kind of what it feels like. But it is what it is. This is the reality we're in now. Tango's dead, and so is Arcane Austin. I'll never see Prey 2 ever in my life. And that's a fun time. It's a fun way to end the show, guys. It's a fun way to end.
Praying they'll come back.
Hi-Fi Rush 2 will never happen. Hi-Fi Rush.
No Hi-Fi Rush 2. No Prey 2. Probably never another Dishonored game. I mean, Redfall died before. I mean, that just came out dead. So it's like,
everything's great.
We're gonna get Arcane is now the Blade studio. They're going to be working on Blade from now until the end of time. So
if it sells well.
Fun times, rejoice. I hope it does, because if it doesn't, then they're gonna die. So fun times ahead. Rejoice, have fun, and play all.
Ninja Theory's counting down their last days. For all we know,
I don't think. I think Ninja Theory's safe only because of their expertise with Unreal Engine.
Yeah, doesn't the coalition also have pretty good expertise?
They do, well? But I mean, like
apparently
Ninja Theory is one of those studios that they. What's up?
Oh, go on. I want to say, according to Jazz, they've been able to keep their costs and prices for things relatively low, and apparently the way they do things, apparently they have like full mocap like studios, and that any studio can really use it. Apparently, I guess they bring a decent amount more to the to the table, quote unquote. So they should be safe, but
and considering the fact that most studios at Microsoft, with the exception of like proprietary engines and stuff, most studios are on Unreal Engine. So it's like Ninja Theory, Coalition, like these are the studios that like Microsoft will deploy to help other studios with development on Unreal Engine.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I know Bethesda makes a lot of games in Unreal Engine as well. Like
that's true. Hi-Fi Rush was on Unreal.
Redfall was also Unreal as well.
Redfall, Ghostwire Tokyo was on Unreal. So yeah, there's a lot of studios at Microsoft and Bethesda using Unreal. So I think certain studios are safe. Specifically, we just mentioned Ninja Theory. Obviously, Coalition's not going. They
I don't think. I mean, I hope Microsoft doesn't have the balls to like shut down a studio like id. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen.
No, because
I'm going to say right now,
they can't.
Like if you close the studio that essentially birthed the possibility to even make Halo, like when you think about it, like you need to be like shunned for for all the time. And Halo deserves to go with it at that point. Like it would be, and I guess you could already argue it has, but which actually makes me feel sick to even say, but whatever. But yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, like that's just. Don't even make me upset, Twan. I'm upset.
just thinking about that possibility.
I mean, yeah. That's all I got. I'm just thinking now. Now you made me start thinking about the Dark Ages, and I've like lost all of my focus because I just can't wait to play that.
Well, the good news, Mike, is that will never happen because id exists.
So yeah, exactly.
So they can't. I think that's another studio that's safe completely. Okay. But we're getting out of here on a high note, guys. Fun, positive note. Outros. Who wants to go first? Let them know.
You can find me here.
Where they can find you, and
you can find me here next show.
How smelly
on the day it starts. I don't have any other social media presence. Just find me here when it starts.
When does it start? Yeah, he's on Twitter. Yeah, he is.
You guys
at Joe Biden on Twitter. You can find Hard Days Mike and all of his opinions. As for you, Twan, what about you? Where can they find you? And when's your first video coming out on YouTube?
Next week. Anyways,
promote your YouTube channel, Twan. I'm really interested when your video's coming out. Promote your channel.
Yeah. So you can find me here on the show, right? Every Monday we do it. Yeah, Monday. Find me on the show. Well, at least when we do it, because it's not every Monday. It's every other Monday.
Something is going to happen Mondays at 8 p.m. here on the channel. That's going to be the thing going forward. And whether it's this show or some variation of it, something will happen on Mondays at 8 p.m. on this channel.
Yeah, so you can look forward to that. You can find me on Twitter. My handle is at It's Me Twan. And I got a YouTube channel. Just subscribe to it. Maybe I'll upload something one day. So just keep an eye on that.
Videos every single day.
Yeah.
Yep.
As for myself, you can find me obviously here Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern with these guys here talking about games and whatnot. And then on Wednesdays, the Two Player Podcast with myself and Ham Solo at 7 p.m. Eastern. Videos Monday and Friday here on the channel. And then on Fridays, I'm on Ham and Loke's channel with Ham, Loke, Cozy, and Mental 9R for bullsitting. And that's at 4 p.m. Eastern on Fridays. And that's where you can find me. We're going to get up out of here. I'm going to go play Destiny until my eyes bleed. So you all have a fantastic rest of your Monday and a fantastic rest of the week. Goodbye.